welcome to the end of Friday, the end of our first full week of All Saints at home, and it's really good today to have Mr. Port with us. And Mr. Port has been a massive linchpin in what we've been putting together over time, and we owe him a huge debt of gratitude. So thank you for being with us.
Thanks, Tim.
Today.
Thanks for having me.
Our pleasure. And the perfect person to ask a couple of questions as we come to the end of this week. The first question I guess I have for you is, how did we get here? You know, what's been really good on the way here, and what tips do you have tech-wise for people sort of moving forward across the next week and then into phase 2?
Thanks. Yeah, so I think we got here because we've had years of practice coming up to here. We've had technology in the classroom and integrating technology in meaningful ways for years, and we're using the same tools that we've been using in the classroom, and we're using them in meaningful, innovative ways at home now. So we haven't had to switch and implement new technologies. We're using the things that we've already got, and we've done a lot of training. Staff have had a lot of training on these, students have had a lot of training on these, so I think that making that leap has been pretty easy for them, which has been really good. And we're using some great tools. You know, the Office 365 and Microsoft tools that we're using are world-class, world standard. I think we've got the best things that we could have for our students to learn online with.
Yeah, so there's some continuation of what we've been doing, which is fantastic. In terms of tip, do you have any tips for our students and parents out there as we continue to roll forward?
Yeah, sure. So I think communication is important when the students are not there with us. Obviously communicating becomes more of a challenge. So checking out the communications on Teams, on 2021, there's some amazing tips for the students on there. The All Saints at Home site is there and is being updated all the time with information. So I think they've got to check those communications and make sure that they're across all of those things is really important.
Fantastic.
So, and the other thing I was going to say also was on comments, you know, when they're commenting, when they're involved in a team, to try and lessen the communication in there, and just, you know, like a thumbs up would be better than just a hi, that sort of thing. So thumbs up to comments to try and keep those communications clearer on the teams.
Yeah, so we're not filling up the page, and maybe taking a portion of our day, just a brief portion every day, to see what updates and what other information has come out, and checking those on site. Great tips for us.
Thank you.
Moving away from the tech tips,
Yep.
one of the things that you might be able to help us with, as we all get, you know, more and more time on screens at the moment, which I think we're all struggling with a little bit. You've been dealing a lot online and a lot with screens for a long time. How do you manage that balance?
Yeah, that's an important question. I'm hearing a lot of those questions at the moment, and I apply these things to my children as well, as to do short sprints on the computer and then away. There's a lot of options that we've got now with the wellbeing team and with the options team for you to get away from the computer. So that's why I would say short sprints on the computer where you have to, but then get away and do some other things. You don't have to be on it for hours and hours.
Excellent, thank you. So little bits away, cuddle the dog, get
Definitely.
back to it,
Absolutely.
reinvigorated and ready to
Yeah,
go.
absolutely.
So from us, there's a quote of the day, and we've got one from one of your icons, I understand,
Absolutely.
Mr. Steve Jobs. So I'll ask
Love
you
it.
maybe to read that for our students.
Technology is nothing. What's important is that you have faith in people, that they're basically good and smart, and if you give them tools, they'll do wonderful things with them.
Fantastic. Well, we have lots of people, parents, students and staff doing wonderful things because we have wonderful people at the college. Thank you for being with us. Have a very restful weekend, and we look forward to seeing you for those first 3 days of next week before we hit Easter and the Easter holidays. Thanks very much. See you later.
See you later.